Here we are, it's Saturday, 21st of April. It's mighty fine here in Croatia. And I wanted to make a video today, a live broadcast today, mainly because to give people an update on what's going on, because I have been hit by a freight train, another one, and we can never be prepared for what spirit or the universe has in mind for us, can we? So there's a lot of real physical changes going on. And even yesterday, I came very close to going to the hospital because of what I was suffering from. And it's deep stuff. And it's a real physical integration of the new and the final purging of the old. Well, maybe it's not the final purging of the old. I certainly hope so. But the physical sensations that I've been having is this feeling of numbness in my right leg, like a blocked nerve or trapped nerve or a blocked vein. And yesterday, my eyes, it felt like somebody was literally trying to pull my eyes out. Lots of stars, lots of multicolors, lots of blurred vision, and it was sort of, yeah. My colleagues were in the office and they said, you should lay down on the floor. And we called our doctor, and he said that I should go for a neurological examination. And then I thought, okay, I'm not going to go down that route. And I decided to take the afternoon yesterday to rest and relax. But again, this morning, I felt similar things with my eyes. And again, it's this acceptance, adoption, or integration of our new self, our true self. And this is something that we haven't encountered for eons. And whether there's a medical explanation or a metaphysical explanation, it doesn't really matter. I'm still here, I'm still living, and I'm still able to relay information to those in the collective that may be experiencing similar things. It's quite heavy, and it's unique. I haven't experienced anything like this in my life, and this is what I said the last time. So this is something new. I believe what is driving us too is to really accept who we are and to merge all these things that maybe we've lost previously. The connection with Earth, the connection with our senses, the connection with Mother Nature, the connection with people, the connection with society, the connection with children, the connection with all that is. And if our birth brain, that was this updated version of the brain, is not in contact or hasn't been in touch with these physical sensations that our body naturally strives for, and let's get this straight. Our body naturally strives for these things. Our body doesn't naturally strive to be walking around on tarmac or bitumen or concrete or on carpet or on wood. It's built to walk on grass or earth or sand or in water. So all of these things that all these layers that we've put on us are blocking these sensations and are blocking this connection. So today I'm going to take a walk along the River Drava, take a 4-kilometer walk through the grass and reconnect with nature. I did do that 2 days ago, but I had my shoes on and I was filming, but it had an effect. Hugging trees, chasing birds, connecting with, picking grass like I did 2 weeks ago, taking fresh grass to feed the horses. It's this connection that we've missed and this connection that we've lost or we've blocked. So when we remove these things, whether we take off our clothes or take off our shoes or remove a layer within us, we become deeper. And the deeper we go, the more knowledge we have, the more wisdom we have. And with that wisdom, we share it. And it allows us to help others on their path. I know that I reached out to 2 soul sisters yesterday, and one of them answered me last night and said, yes, I've experienced this. And she did warn me a couple of weeks ago that something else was going to happen. And it's always a curveball when it hits us. So I think we just need to prepare for, if something hits you, just understand that it's the universal response to you integrating your new self, getting used to your new self, and asking you to break these barriers even more. And basically everything except what we and our close friends and our family have created, mostly everything's an illusion. And we're shattering those illusions. We can see what's going on around us. We can see this chaos, this house, whatever we want to call it, but it has to happen. And the more we distance ourselves from it, the more we're able to create our own destiny, and we're all creating our own paths. And I know that my path is getting bigger and bigger and wider, and I know why I'm here, and I know why my colleagues are here. And I don't talk about it much because it's just beginning. But over time, I know that many of you that are following me will begin to see the work that we're doing and how it impacts Gaia, and how it impacts in communities, and how it impacts Mother Nature. It's our contribution back to Mother Nature. Yes, it's a technology, but it's something that serves humanity, and our philosophy is to serve humanity. With regard to our children, now, last time I made a video, I spoke to you, I mentioned that my daughter had reached out to my auntie and had a reply. A few days ago, she also received a reply from my uncle, as did I. And it was very, it's very obvious that my uncle doesn't know what I was subjected to as a young boy. Because the comments that he writes in his message to my daughter, to Amy, were, for some reason, your father has no contact with his paternal parents. The terminology was quite unique. So I replied to him and sent him a copy of my book, and maybe he can read that and begin to understand who I am as his nephew. My daughter is elated, and my daughter's when I spoke to her a few days ago, she actually replied to my uncle, and she has been seeking contact with my parents. Now, what does that mean? It means that she's trying to find her roots. She's trying to understand who she is. And for that, she needs to discover herself, who she is. And she can do that through me, or her mother, or her family and friends. So she wants to understand her other family, her family from my side. So she's reached out to my uncle again and asked for direct contact with my parents. And I made a commitment to her that now we know that they're still present in this realm, and we know the town in which they live. When my daughter and son come from Australia to be here this year, we shall take a drive and we shall go there. It's time for me not to face my creators. And I think that's the poignant task of what our journey is on this planet, is to come to terms and to accept and to embrace all of who we are. And my creators were those that didn't treat me well. And I broke that chain by separating and by discovering my own life 25 years ago. So here we are 25 years on, and with information and hindsight, and through healing and through unconditional love, it's time to go full circle, go back to my creators and introduce them to their grandchildren who they've never had contact with and probably don't even know that they exist. So it's healing. It's not closure, because I closed the chapter on that. I suppose what it is, it's a new chapter. It's a new beginning. It's healing that generational trauma. It's healing that hurt, that pain, but it's also honoring the love that's within me, the unconditional love that always has existed within me, and being able to meet and make peace with those that need to be, with those that we need to make peace with. And that's a big step for me, but it's one that I'm ready for. I'm happy to, I'm looking forward to it, because it's time. It's time. I'm on my path. I'm on my journey. They chose their path, and we all know before the end of our lives, we need to make peace with everything. And maybe now that they're 72, 73, it's time that they can see who I am and what I've achieved in my life without having contact or any interaction for 25 years. I know what's coming up in the next couple of weeks, or the next 2 to 3 weeks, with respect to energies. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of planetary aspects going on. There's a lot of deep aspects of astrology going on that just continue to amaze me every day, and how accurate and how real astrology is, and how it can help us on our journeys, and how it can help us to understand the way that it influences us. We're all unique. We all have our own chart. We all have the same as we all have our own DNA. We're all unique. We all have our own path. And when we see our path, and when we recognize our path, and we embrace our path, we can be guided by certain aspects that we are able to connect with again. So this shifting and lifting of layers is really taking us back to our core, back to our roots, where we came from, what we're here for, and what we're here to do. We're here to be love. We're here to enjoy our lives. We're here to experience the beauty of Mother Nature. We're not here as slaves. We're here to create something where other people can enjoy, can share, can nourish themselves, can reward themselves. And again, this is all about community, going back to communities. When we're in communities, we are able to help each other far easier, because the connection is far closer. These days, people are so distant from each other because either they have got no time for each other, or they're too busy working and running around after each other. And people are neglecting themselves tremendously. There's certainly lots of exciting things coming along the couple of weeks ahead. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable. But there are going to be times when we need to take check of who we are and where we're going. And we will be presented with challenges. We will be presented with tests, because this now is a lifetime mission. We will always be working on ourselves. Now we know that we have the ability and the power and the knowledge and the wisdom to change our own world and manifest what we desire and what we want to create in for our highest good. We can achieve it. It's just a matter of remembering that power and the energy that we have within us, and how to manifest, physically manifest, using the power of our mind, the power of our bodies, and the power of our souls, and the power of our intention. This is something that Nikola Tesla did speak about a lot in his writings. There's many things that I've discovered over the past few days that are all not coincidental. There's a story, there's a plan. You know, there's no coincidence that the Office of Aliens that seized all of Nikola Tesla's property from the hotel. The examiner at the time was the uncle of the current serving president of the United States of America. That's a fact. How deep you want to go with that is entirely up to you, but there's something fairly dark and sinister about that. There's far too many secrets. There's far too many things that are unrevealed. There are far too many things that we don't know. I'm lucky that I am connected to the great nephew of Nikola Tesla, and I do have an insight into Nikola Tesla at a different level. And I can see what is going to be happening in respect to the Tesla name over the coming months, over the coming years, and for the future generations, because I'm part of that movement. And we are going to change the world, and we will leave this place, this planet, a better place from our perspective. And we will do our utmost to ensure that those that are without electricity in countries like Africa will be able to have access to that energy free of charge. There's lots of things happening. There's lots of things going on. Summer's here, or autumn's here. Sorry, let's start again. Spring is here, or autumn in the Southern Hemisphere. And this is a time of change. Our bodies are adjusting to what we've experienced over the winter period. So we're going through some natural transformation also. There's a new cycle coming in with Uranus entering Taurus. There's lots of new other cycles happening. And if we remember what we've done, we are more than able and capable of creating the path, the destiny that we wish to manifest. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great weekend. Take care.